So at this point, I'm sure that you all have watched my previous video or are aware of the fact that yes, the SEC did appeal the case. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about this, but I also want to play a clip where Brad Garlinghouse is literally telling you that none of this matters at all because of what we are about to witness around crypto. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those who are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So let's actually take a quick look at what happened in just the last roughly 48 hours. So we get the appeal, but before the appeal actually happened, I want this to be, a big spotlight on the fact that the US needs to get something going. We can't be sitting here in limbo just waiting for something to happen around, regulatory clarity in the US or this case to be put behind us, because at the same exact time that we are getting, a drag on from the SEC, because this is exactly what this is. All they're doing is just trying to keep this thing in limbo, dragging this case on as long as they possibly can. At the same exact time that they're doing this, we get this. Ripple Technologies has officially secured financial services approval in Dubai. So wait a second. So the SEC is still dragging this case on. They're still attacking Ripple. They're still trying to, waste a ton of taxpayer money, trying to, keep this fight going. But at the same exact time, around the world, Ripple continues to secure these approvals and they continue to expand. And even over here, we're delighted to have secured in principle approval of a financial services license from Dubai Financial Services Authority, unlocking our end-to-end managed payments services in the UAE. So this is exactly why I keep telling you guys that stop focusing on the US market. It literally does not matter at this point. I don't even care about it. Majority of Ripple customers are outside of the US. Ripple already told you guys that they feel comfortable moving their headquarters outside of the US. And it is because the US is losing this fight. They don't want to embrace this technology. They don't want to be pro-crypto. And you know what's comical about this? If we are talking about politics, Harris recently said, oh yeah, I'm pro-crypto. I want to be pro-crypto. We want to push this industry ahead. All right, well, guess what? Wake up call. You're vice president. The SEC, that is an agency that is tied back to the government, that, you could technically change things, is still attacking this industry. Why aren't you doing anything? So if anyone believes this whole pro-crypto campaign that these politicians are pushing, it's nonsense. The US market is failing miserably when it comes to crypto innovation. And like I've said, this space, this technology, it is the future. There is zero doubt about that when it comes to, my opinion on crypto. I think that everyone will be utilizing this technology in the coming years. The US needs to get this right. I don't know what's going on. It is a complete clown show at the SEC. But also over here, a few words from Stuart Aderati, as well as Brad Garlinghouse and Anthony Welfare, which we will talk about. Good news, as at Ripple continues to add to our global license portfolio, 55 plus and counting, which is significant. A testament to our continued engagement with global regulators and the growing opportunity in jurisdictions that choose to support innovation. And a little bit of a dig there at the SEC, of course. And yeah, listen, this is a big thing to focus on if you hold XRP. Like outside of the US, Ripple continues to engage with these regulators and get positive reactions from them. Also over here, regulatory clarity is what businesses want and what consumers need. The UAE understands that. And also, Anthony Welfare, a previous Ripple employee, great move from Ripple. With the DFSA authorization, Ripple is set to roll out its enterprise-grade digital asset infrastructure to a broader customer base in the UAE. This expansion is aligned with Ripple's mission of providing businesses with faster, cost-effective, and more efficient cross-border payment solutions by combining robust regulatory compliance with ongoing investments in critical infrastructure components such as liquidity, best-in-class custody, and on- and off-ramps between fiat and digital assets. And yeah, if we actually look into this a little bit, there is a lot of information to go over. Number one, Ripple Payments is also going to be tapped in. We have Ripple, the leading provider of digital asset infrastructure, has secured in-principle approval from the Dubai Financial Services Authority to expand its services from the Dubai International Financial Center. This milestone significantly strengthens Ripple's global footprint as a regulated entity that enables the introduction of seamless cross-border payment services, including Ripple Payments Direct in the UAE. And Ripple is set to roll out. We just, read this. Down here, we also have blockchain and crypto technologies are here to stay, Brad Garlinghouse says. With its forward-thinking regulatory approach and clear guidance for innovative businesses seeking to invest and scale, the UAE is positioning itself as a global leader in this new era of financial technology. And here we have advancing financial services innovation in the UAE. The in-principle license approval from the DFSA underscores Ripple's strategy to expand its presence in the Middle East following the establishment of its regional headquarters in Dubai in 2020. The UAE's regulatory clarity and strategic position as a global financial services and trade hub with access to fast-growing markets across the Middle East, Africa, and South Asia have been key factors in Ripple's decision to continue investing in the region. The comprehensive regulatory framework established by the DFSA, alongside other regulators in the country, has created an environment where innovative crypto firms can thrive. And we also have at the DIFC, we are committed to fostering a future-focused financial ecosystem that supports innovation and growth. Dubai's strategic location and DIFC's robust legal and regulatory framework built on 2 decades of experience makes this the ideal hub for international businesses looking to make a lasting impact. We are proud to welcome Ripple's continued expansion in the DIFC as they work to drive the growth of blockchain technology in the region. And of course, global compliance and innovation. This is where you do see that breakdown of all the licenses that Ripple does have. And it is very significant. We also have, this is a pivotal moment for Ripple's operations in the Middle East. The DFSA is a globally renowned independent regulator with a rigorous regulatory process, and we are delighted to have received their in-principle approval. Over 20% of Ripple's global customer base is located in the UAE, and as we continue to extend our operations and services, we are fulfilling the growing demand for more efficient and cost-effective cross-border payment solutions. We look forward to supporting the UAE's vision to become a leading global crypto and fintech hub by driving the institutional adoption of blockchain technology. And I'm very excited about this. I think that this is going to be great for Ripple, great for even XRP as well. And also, if we go back in time a little bit, we also have from Smoke Dog, Ripple has also partnered with the Dubai International Financial Center Innovation Hub to boost blockchain adoption in the Middle East. And here you guys actually have that. Listen, a lot of these expansions, a lot of these moves that Ripple has been making are very strategic because they know even if they lose the US market, they have every other area secured. The UK, the UAE, Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore. Guys, they have been absolutely killing it. They've been dominating outside of the US. Now, also, I want to play this video clip over here, and we have must-watch Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse states he may have underpredicted his estimate of crypto market cap reaching $5 trillion total by the year end. Ripple CEO also explains the role of regulation, RLUSD, stablecoin, and XRP. Do you believe crypto market cap will reach $5 trillion by the end of 2024? Now, again, I don't know if that's going to be the case. I've been eyeing $5 to $7 trillion, but by the end of 2024, if we melt up significantly in that short amount of time, I would be very cautious because after that, we will most likely melt down just as fast. So just be aware of that. This is basically Brad Garlinghouse saying, listen, you guys need to buckle up because even though we are seeing all this negative sentiment around the market, we're seeing the appeal from the SEC, it does not matter because crypto is going to absolutely explode regardless of, the time frame. I do believe that $5 to $7 trillion is the next target. I'm very excited for the future of crypto. I think that this bull market, I know it doesn't seem like it's a bull market, but it technically is, right? Bitcoin went from roughly 38.5K to, $74,000. The market is definitely bullish. Right now, we are, going through some bumpy times, but I want you guys to understand that once we are past this, once we start to move to the upside, you'll start to see euphoria flood this market in a very quick way. And I do believe that $5 to $7 trillion definitely is possible, especially when you look at money market funds with over $6 trillion tied to them. You have institutional adoption heating up. This market is very bullish, but check this out.
But you recently predicted that the crypto market will double in size to $5 trillion by the end of 2024. That is a big prediction just by the end of this year.
Yeah, I don't even feel like it's that big a prediction when you step back. And, like any market, this is driven by supply and demand. You have decreasing supply for a whole bunch of reasons, the halving of Bitcoin being an important one. You have an increasing demand, the ETF being a key part of that. And I think it's also people realizing that crypto plays a role as an asset. It's a $2.5 trillion market. Maybe it's a little less than that now. But so it's basically just predicting it's going to double by the end of the year. And if anything, I think I probably underpredicted that.
I feel like Washington is still trying to understand this market, and the people writing the legislation or potential legislation here to put barriers and around this market. I don't know that they really understand the strength and the growth story here. But you think putting regulation around this, putting barriers in place is going to be a positive for this market?
There is no question. I mean, one of the headwinds that has held back the market, the largest economy in the world, the United States, has been one of the most problematic for the crypto market. Innovation, entrepreneurs, and capital have flown into markets that have actually constructively engaged this market. So Dubai, Singapore, even the UK, the EU has passed legislative progress here. The U.S. has really been behind the eight ball. This administration, I think, has taken a pretty anti-crypto stance, led by the SEC. Gary Gensler, as the chair, has really taken...
Because he doesn't understand it.
I think there's
well, maybe he does, and the people working for him don't.
It's not clear to me. I mean, clearly, I think you have politicians, and I would frankly call out Elizabeth Warren goes out and says the only people using crypto are, bad actors. It's just not true. And the U.S. should have a pro-innovation, pro-compliance policy. This is good for, in terms of growing jobs, high-paying jobs, growing the economy. And I think you're seeing, people go out and just, talking points around anti-crypto that it doesn't even make sense. This shouldn't even be a partisan issue. This is about growing our economy.
Yeah.
This is about leading the next wave of innovation. I was around Silicon Valley when the internet was booming, massive amount of value creation, massive amount of job creation. The blockchain and crypto space is here to stay, and I think that's become clearer and clearer. But the U.S. government needs to embrace that and put those clear rules around it so that all participants can play and grow.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned all of those countries, because that's also an opportunity for you, obviously, at Ripple. I want to get your take on that, because you recently announced Ripple is launching a U.S. dollar-backed stablecoin later this year. You say this bridges the gap between traditional finance and cryptocurrency. Tell us how that will play out, why it's valuable, and give us the growth story for Ripple. Where does growth come from at your company in the coming 3 years?
So to start on that last piece, Ripple, about over 95% of our customers are non-U.S. financial institutions. We sell payment solutions, we sell custody solutions around blockchain and crypto. We're going to keep expanding, even though the U.S. market, as we were talking about earlier, partly from a regulatory point of view, has been slow to adopt. The non-U.S. market has been really, really strong for us. And you're
going to be the infrastructure around all of that. That
is our goal. And we think that opportunity is huge. We think that's going to be great for Ripple. We think it's going to be great for XRP, which is a digital asset we use. So I'm very, very optimistic about that. I just think that the U.S. needs to figure it out.
And the stablecoin?
Oh, the stablecoin. So Ripple has always been about how do we bridge this new world with a traditional kind of, people call it TradFi, traditional finance. And Ripple has always been that bridge. We started around payments and we sell into banks. A stablecoin, the demand for stablecoins has exceeded, I think, what people thought. It's a $150 billion asset class right now. Some forecast it to be over $2-3 trillion in a few years. The players in that space, particularly one called Tether, is a non-U.S. based entity. And the U.S., frankly, is kind of going after that because they want this to be regulated. Just yesterday, there's a new bill introduced in the Senate to create some stablecoin legislation, which I think is a positive step of like, hey, finally, we might get some forward momentum there. But I think that market's going to grow a lot. I think a U.S.-based player who is compliance first has a great role to play.
It's a great story to tell. Brad, thank you so much for being here.
It's good to see you.
Great to see you.
And there you guys have it. I really do think that the overall outlook here for crypto, regardless of what today's price action is, regardless of what tomorrow's price action is, it's still very bullish. I mean, all of these small little moves here, you really need to remember that this is investing. All right. I feel like so many people lose the path. Like they get completely thrown off. They don't understand what they're doing in this market. They don't realize that, you know, investing does take time. It's not like you're going to be investing money in on Monday and cashing out by Friday. And I see a lot of people saying like, oh, well, over 6 years, XRP has done nothing. Guys, go back to 2020 into 2021. Even with the lawsuit being announced, XRP still did a 16x. It's not like, you know, for 6 years, XRP did nothing. Sure, it didn't break its all-time high, but it still did a 16x. And for something to be in the top 10 during the bear market and still being in the top 10 in the bull market, in a market that has over $3 trillion tied to it and still did a 16x, is still something very, very incredible to see. And it did it in a very short amount of time, in roughly a year. You're not seeing that in traditional finance. So I still believe that XRP does very well this time around. With everything that we see from, you know, Ripple around pushing the XRP ledger forward, even XRP as well, adoption of XRP growing, opportunity around XRP growing, utility around XRP also growing, I still believe that XRP is so damn bullish, regardless of what the SEC is telling us. I still believe that this is very similar to the time when the SEC did launch the lawsuit against Ripple and XRP. If you guys remember, that was the time to be buying XRP, not selling it, not being, you know, scared and fearful. I love being greedy when everyone is so frustrated, when everyone is so, you know, fearful of what's happening, because typically those times result in profits. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.